I'm the Queen of Daggers. Fuck! Okay, let's try this again. Hi, hello. I am the Queen of Daggers, Scorpio. It is your turn. Now, for once, all of the cards are facing you. What is reversed is reversed, what is upright is upright. I'm doing it this way from now on to make your life easier. There's something you're running from, Scorpio, something deep in your subconscious, and this has to do with matters of the heart. You have heart next to the lovers. It's a pretty clear message, very unintentional, but here we are. You do not want to admit this to yourself at all, now do you? Whatever happens to be going on in your love life, it seems, you're lying to yourself about it. You want to tell yourself that everything's good. You want to ignore the fact that there are things that are hurting you. You do not want to listen to either your intuition or your inner monologue when it comes to this situation. You do not want to acknowledge that there is nothing here anymore, that this is not, as the Ace of Pentacles tends to represent in love readings, the path to marriage, that it is time to be alone. You do not want to see this, and the High Priestess sees everything. All you want is to continue filling this cup. It seems, Scorpio, I must recommend you don't. Whether you take this recommendation or not is up to you. Because it's very clear you don't want to walk away. This is my favorite card. You could not tell. Queen of Swords, it's time to cut out the bullshit. Or this may have to do with someone who is older than you, someone you see as a mentor figure. Perhaps somebody who is older than you or a mentor figure will also give you the same advice I am giving you. One can only hope you will listen if they do. You yourself may be the Queen of Swords, pardon me. I don't think you can be the Queen of Daggers, given that is me and I'm not a Scorpion. That was quite amusing. Slip of the tongue there, though. Maybe you will finally embody this Queen of Swords energy and cut it out yourself and stop offering and refuse these offers, because clearly there is no love here anymore, Scorpio. You need to admit it. This is what you want, and this is so much what you want. But it's time to choose whether or not you want to admit you are not getting that, and that you can easily find it somewhere else. Because it sure as hell isn't there. Those feelings have gone long ago, and you know it. But you don't want to acknowledge it, and you don't want to pass forth that information. Now here, this card is often known as the Wounded Warrior. The Wounded Warrior cannot exist if the war is not won. You had the Three of Swords, for God's sake. You are wounded by this, but that does not mean you cannot carry on. Hierophant can represent a long-term commitment, perhaps even a marriage. That is still something you can have, although I recommend not with this person. Or we could see this as, given the Hierophant is essentially the High Priest, you are finally seeing clearly instead of being the High Priestess in reverse, and you're realizing you need to drop this. Bounces at you. Sorry, that's my jargon. And yes, you will look back and you'll of course wish for what could have been and what was, but so it goes. You're realizing the person you were with is not the Empress or Emperor you once believed. I do have a feeling we're discussing something from a masculine perspective, because while I was shuffling your Lenormand, Animus came out. And I tried very hard to avoid putting the gendered cards in there unless it's animatrix, which is supposed to represent a transgender individual. However, I like to view it as a transitionary period of time when it comes out in a general reading. And the thing is, once you get the fuck away from that, or once you realize that this empire you built needs to fall apart, this may be you recognizing that this empire is not what you thought, you can be happy. You can be happy alone. You can. I know. No, you don't believe me, but you can be happy alone. You can take back everything you've given emotionally. You can reach a point where someone is no longer stealing your energy, whether they mean to or not. But you must go inward. You must go into hermit mode, and as a Virgo, I will always recommend going into hermit mode. In situations like this, you must look inward, you must find your wisdom, you must find your own light out of the tunnel. You cannot rely on this person to be your light forever, because clearly they have not been for some time. You need to ride the fuck out of there. You need to acknowledge your subconscious thoughts as they are the truest thoughts you'll ever have. Our subconscious knows far more than we ever will in our consciousness, so to speak. It is well above the ego, in a sense. The sun can still shine, even if you're alone. And you may even find new love sooner than you think. I cannot say that for sure. I don't know you specifically. This is not a personal reading, although those are available if you want one. Anyway. Scorpio, this is what I have for you for the middle of this week. Now, there's a subscribe button somewhere down there. You're welcome to click it if you would like. I will not force you to. You have your own free will, though I would appreciate it. On Friday, that is the weekly love reading. Perhaps I can give you a better look into what's coming to you next. On Mondays, you have your beginning of the week. Today, Wednesday, clearly you have your midweek. Now, all of that said and done, this is everything I got. And I do hope to see you soon. Either way, it's been a pleasure, Scorpio. See you around.